Boris, come here, said Natasha. But where's Sonya? She looked round and seeing that her friend was not in the room, ran to look after her. Hi everyone.
Hello, 大家晚上好。
Today we're going to begin chapter 20.
Yes.
They just finished their dinner and they're going to probably play some card games. So the card game tables were drawn out, sets made for Boston. That's probably a card game. And the count's visitors settled themselves. They just sat down. Some in the 2 drawing rooms, some in the sitting room, and some in the library. 4 different places.
Okay. So the card tables are drawn out means get ready.
Just take out. Maybe.
Take out.
No.
Sets.
Probably card sets.
Sets made up for, this is the name of the card game.
Yeah.
And the count's visitors settle themselves.
Mm-hmm. The count holding his cards fanwise.
Okay. Like a fan, right?
Kept himself with difficulty from dropping into his usual after-dinner nap. So he was feeling very sleepy.
Oh.
So he kept himself with difficulty means he had difficulty.
Very difficult to keep himself from
dropping into his usual after-dinner nap.
So dropping dinner nap.
Dropping into.
From dropping into the dinner nap.
Yeah.
Okay.
And laughed at everything.
Okay.
The young people at the countess' instigation is questioning.
Questioning?
Gathered around the clavichord, that's like a piano thing, and harp. Harp is a big
instrument.
Yeah. Julie, by general request, played first. So Julie played. And after she played a little air with variations on the harp, so she played the harp.
What does harp mean?
It's just this big instrument with strings.
Oh, 风琴.
She joined the other young ladies in begging Natasha and Nicholas, who were noted for the musical talent, to sing something. So they were asking Natasha and Nicholas to sing.
Huh? People
were asking Natasha and Nicholas to sing. They were noted for their musical talent.
Who were noted?
Natasha and Nicholas.
They very talent on music.
To sing something. Natasha, who was treated as though she were grown up, was evidently very proud of this, but at the same time felt shy. What shall we sing? She said. The brook, suggested Nicholas.
Brook? Huh?
Some kind of river.
River.
Well then, let's be quick, Boris, come here, said Natasha. But where's Sonya? She looked round and seeing that her friend was not in the room, ran to look after her. Running into Sonia's room and not finding her there, Natasha ran to the nursery, but Sonya was not there either. Natasha concluded that she must be on the chest in the passage. The chest in the passage was a place of mourning for young female generations in the Rostov household. So the chest is some place where they mourn.
What does mourning mean?
Be sad about something, like somebody dying normally.
Somebody die?
Normally mourning is about somebody dying, yeah.
For the younger female?
Yeah, generation in the Rostov household. And there, in fact, was Sonya, lying face downwards. So she was lying face down on the nurse's dirty feather bed on the top of the chest. So she was lying somewhere on top of the chest.
Huh?
Sonya was lying down, face downwards, on the nurse's dirty feather bed, or some kind of bed, on the top of the chest.
What does chest mean?
Chest is normally like a place where you put a treasure, but it doesn't make any sense here.
A place you put a what?
Treasure. Clumping her gauzy pink dress under her. Crumping means like you crumpled up.
Crumple?
Crumpling, yeah. You crumple up.
What do you mean?
You take something and you crumple it. You take a napkin and you crumple it into a ball. Her gauzy pink dress under her.
Okay.
Hiding her face with her slender fingers and sobbing so convulsively that her bare little shoulders shook. So she was sobbing. Convulsively means like convulsing.
Convulsing means 抽搐. Sobbing cry, kind of.
Yes.
So slender fingers.
Thin fingers.
Thin fingers.
Natasha's face, which had been so radiantly happy all that Saint's Day, suddenly changed. So Natasha's face changed.
Mm.
Her eyes became fixed, and a shiver passed down her broad neck, and the corners of her mouth dropped. So the corners of her mouth dropped. The corners of her mouth
Oh,
dropped.
okay. So what this means?
Shiver.
是冷战，打个冷战，是不是 pass down her
Broad neck.
broad neck?
Broad,
Broad?
wide neck.
Oh, broad means wide
Yeah.
neck. So her neck is wide?
Wide.
Wide? It's wide?
Yeah.
She's saying.
What do I care whether she's seen or not? That's what the author says.
Oh.
Sonya, what is it? What's the matter? Oh. And Natasha's large mouth widened, making her look quite ugly.
Oh my.
And she began to wail like a baby without knowing why. Natasha was also crying.
Sonya
Natasha.
crying?
Natasha
With a
began to wail.
Wail.
Like a baby wailing.
Okay.
Without knowing why, except that Sonya was crying. So she was wailing because Sonya was crying.
Okay.
Sonya tried to lift her head to answer but could not, and hid her face still deeper in the bed. So she tried to lift her face but couldn't. So
Why?
that's what the author says.
Uh-huh.
And then she put her head in deeper in the bed. Natasha wept, sitting on the blue striped feather bed and hugging her friend. So Natasha went there, sat on the bed, and then hugged her friend.
Yeah.
With an effort, Sonya sat up and began wiping her eyes and explaining.
So the wiped, Natasha wiped means stop crying.
Wept is the same thing as crying.
Same thing
Same
as
thing
crying.
as sobbing and stuff.
Oh, sobbing. Sobbing means crying too.
Yeah.
What is the original word?
What do you mean?
The original and the past.
Weep, wept.
How you spell it?
W-E-E-P.
Oh, okay. Wiping means touching.
Wiping, no. You can wipe. You can
Wipe,
wipe the
make it
table.
clean. Make it clean, right?
Yes. Nicholas is going away in a week's time. Nicholas going away.
Mm.
His papers have come. Papers for him to go.
Oh,
He told me himself, but still I could not cry.
I should not cry.
Yeah.
What?
And she showed a paper she held in her hand, with the verses Nicholas had written. Still, I should not cry, but you can't, no one can understand what a soul he has. So Nicholas wrote to her something on a piece of paper,
Yes.
some verse.
And then
She's still crying, and she began to cry again because he had such a noble soul.
So Nicola has a noble soul, means a good soul, right?
That's what she says.
Okay.
It's all very well for you. I'm not envious. I love you, and Boris also. She went on. Oh wait, it's still Sonya. I don't know. Seems like it's still Sonya. Getting a little strange. He is nice. There are no difficulties in your way. But Nicholas is my cousin. One would have to. The metropolitan himself. And even then, it can't be. So it's saying it's all well for you, Natasha. I'm not envious. I'm not envious means I don't desire what you want.
What? I'm not in there. What do you want?
Envious means you want something from somebody else.
Okay.
Envious. I love you.
So I'm not envious means what?
I don't feel like I desire something that you have.
What? I don't.
Envious means you desire for something somebody else has.
You
You feel like almost like a jealousy thing. You have something, and I feel bad that you have that particular thing. That's what envious means. She says, I'm not envious. I love you and Boris also. She says, I love you, Natasha, and Boris also. He is nice and Boris is nice, so there's nothing difficult between you, Natasha, and Boris. But Nicholas is who she likes, is my cousin. So there's a problem because she cannot
love him.
something about metropolitan, who knows what that is. And even then, it can't be done. And besides, if she tells Mama, Sonya looked upon the Countess as her mother and called her so. So I don't know if she here. I don't know who is she. I guess she's talking about. Her Countess maybe telling her mom or something. Mama must be her mom.
If she tells Mama
That I'm spoiling Nicholas' career, and then a heartless and ungrateful Well, truly, God is my witness. And so she's saying that maybe the countess will say to her mom that I am spoiling Nicholas' career. Because remember what Andrew said long ago, that told Pierre what? You should not do what with woman?
Marriage.
You should not do why? Because they'll hold you back, right?
Yeah.
So she's saying something here, that if she gonna love Nicholas, that she may be spoiling Nicholas' career.
Okay.
And I'm heartless, I don't have any heart, and I'm ungrateful, I'm not thankful. While truly, God is my witness.
So Sonya is heartless.
No,
I'm
she's saying that the countess will tell her mom
Yeah.
that she is spoiling Nicholas,
And then
and that she doesn't have a heart.
she doesn't have heart.
She's not very thankful.
She's not thankful.
Yeah.
Okay. God is my witness. Okay.
God is my witness.
So God know
Yeah.
what?
Then she made the sign of the cross.
Okay.
I love her so much, and all of you. Only Vera, so she doesn't like Vera. And what for? What have I done to her? I am so grateful to you that I would be willingly sacrifice everything, only I have nothing. Sonya could not continue, and again hid her face in her hands and in the feather bed. Natasha began consoling her,
Calm down.
and her face showed that she understood all the gravity of her friend's trouble. She understood all the heaviness of her friend's troubles. Sonya, she suddenly exclaimed, as if she had guessed the true reason for her friend's sorrow. I'm sure Vera has said something to you since dinner, hasn't she? So maybe Natasha thinks it's about Vera.
Vera said something too.
Yes, these verses Nicholas wrote himself, and I copied some others, and she found them on my table, and said that she'll show them to Mama,
Oh.
and that I was ungrateful, and that Mama would never allow him to marry me, but that he'll marry Julie. You see how he's being with her all day. Natasha, what have I done to deserve it? So she's mad at Vera, because Vera saw her the verses from Nicholas that he gave to Sonya. And Vera said, I want to show these verses to her mom.
Oh, verses means.
Just poem.
Oh, poem. Okay.
And again she began to sob, more bitterly than before.
Oh.
Natasha lifted her head, hugged her, and smiling through her tears, began comforting her. Sonya, don't believe her, darling. Don't believe her. Do you remember how we and Nicholas, all three of us, talked in the sitting room after supper? Why, we settled how everything was to be. I don't quite remember how, but don't you remember that it could all be arranged and how nice it all was? There's Uncle Shinshin's brother has married his first cousin, and we are only second cousins, you know. And Boris says it's quite possible. You know, I have told him all about it, and he's so clever and so good, said Natasha. So Natasha thinks it's okay. They're not first cousins, they're second cousins.
Oh, this first cousin, second cousin, I don't understand.
It's probably mother's cousin's daughter.
Oh.
Don't you cry, Sonya, dear love, darling Sonya. And she kissed her and laughed. Very spiteful. She's kind of spiteful. Means she likes to do things which are nasty to other people, or upsetting. She does things evilly, right? She does things like she makes she does kind of like things to make other people feel bad. Never mind her, and all will come right, and she won't say anything to Mama. Nicholas will tell her himself, and he doesn't care at all for Julie.
Oh,
Natasha
okay.
kissed her on the hair. Sonya sat up, the little kitten brightened, its eyes shone, and it seemed ready to lift its tail, jumped down on its soft paws, and began playing with a ball of worsted, as a kitten should.
So this means.
She's feeling better after Natasha told her.
Okay, we can stop here, okay?
Bye everyone.
Bye bye.